People think they don't need interview prep. And I've heard so many times, I've gone on 3 different interviews and I've gotten no offers. Guys, there's a reason for this. And that's why I've got Kristin Sherry here with me. What's going on in this world where people struggle with interviews?
Well, first of all, people need to remember, or even realize if they're not aware, that there's only about a 17% offer rate. About 83% of people do not get an offer when they interview. Yeah.
So that kind of makes that rejection a little bit more easier to swallow.
I've heard different statistics that you, on average, you get 17 no's before you get a yes. That seems a little high to me, but I do know I work with a lot of people and they say, I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. And that's the key in what they're saying. They don't know what they don't know.
Yeah.
And I especially see extroverts not interested in interview prep because they say, I'm in sales. I can sell. I've got build great rapport. But what they're forgetting is so does every other person that's coming in for that interview.
Right. Your competition has the same skill sets. You've got to differentiate yourself in a different way.
Exactly. So that's the first issue. The second issue is it's not enough to just build rapport. That's very important to build rapport. But if you go in there unprepared, they might think, oh, okay, so you're going to show up to meetings unprepared. You're going to go to clients and not do the background on our client. Ew, that's not good. So I always tell people they need to really diagnose why they may not have got an interview, and recording yourself and have someone watch it is a great place to start.
Yeah, I would even say sometimes you have to go to the real basic points too. When I was hiring, I remember asking a number of candidates, so what does my company do? And they had no idea. Why do you want to work with me if you don't even know what we do?
Yeah, really employers only care about 5 things. Why us? Why do you want to work here? If you haven't researched the company, if you don't know how their values align to your values, if you don't know why you care about what they do, right off the bat, you can say no to that job. They want to know, what can you do for us? So if you don't know what they need, what the need of that employer is, how are you going to align yourself and what you do best to what they need most?
Oh, absolutely.
If you can't demonstrate to them what sets you apart from the other 5, 6 people they're also interviewing for that position. If you don't take intentional steps to do that, all you're going to do is just be a nice guy or a nice girl and just really not have any substance.
So what can you do to prepare? Like, what are some things that you can do to get yourself ready to go in there and blow them away?
Well, the first thing I recommend, of course, is researching the company. Read about them on Glassdoor, look at their website, do a news search in Google, type the company name and click.
Great idea.
Yeah, what are they doing in the community? What are people saying about them in the news? What are some mergers and acquisitions that are happening with them? Just what's going on with that company. Talk to people who work there and really just get a sense of what do they do? Who are their customers? What are the problems they solve? And really understand what they do. That's consultant 101. You never walk into a client without knowing this thing.
And you know what? Here's something too that you just said that I think is really important. You've got LinkedIn. You've got their company page. It's so easy to see other people who work there. And there is nothing wrong, whether it's before the interview or even after the interview, if there is an offer, to call people and see what it's like working there. I recall my own situation where I jumped into a job opportunity. I was so excited, and had I just picked up the phone and talked to the person who was there before me, I think I would have gotten a warning.
Absolutely. I had someone reach out to me recently that said, hey, I see that you have a connection to a company that I just applied for. And can you give me a recommendation? And I said, yes, my recommendation is to turn and run away.
Oh, and thank goodness they made that phone call. So I guess one of the things is, in addition to those things that you said, don't be shy, reach out. I mean, this is going to be your life. You're going to be waking up and going to this job.
In addition to doing the research, you have to map what you do best to what that employer needs. Yeah. So that means you get that job description, highlight all those key verbs, all of those key responsibilities, and then go through your experiences, your strengths, your personality tendencies, and how do those connect, and then tell a story to back it up. So I see in your job description that you're looking for someone who who is very good at recovering relationships. Well, I actually have relator in my top 5 strengths, if you've heard of the Strengths Finder assessment.
Mhm.
And I can build relationships with anyone. For example, in my last job, we had a vice president who was ready to leave our company. And after meeting with that person, I was able to recover the relationship and save the company $2 million in lost revenue.
You know what's so funny is what I'm hearing from you is almost the same thing that we do when we're optimizing LinkedIn profiles. It's looking for those keywords, infusing them in, and then it's not just saying, hey, I'm great at business development. It's really telling that story around it. I think it all boils down to, don't just tell me, show me.
Absolutely. And you touched on something important. You need to be telling a consistent story in your networking conversations, in the job interview, in your resume, in your LinkedIn profile. All of those need to tie together so that someone really gets this essence of what your personal value statement really is. It should resonate throughout all of those touch points.
All of this, it just trickles right down to how you present yourself in front of that potential hiring manager.
Absolutely. And then the other thing I would say in terms of preparing for the interview is you have to be prepared to answer the question, tell me about yourself. They don't want to hear you recount your resume history. Your work history is on a piece of paper in front of their face. That's the opportunity to really share that 3-part value statement. Here's what I'm looking for. Here are the strengths and experiences that I bring to the table, and here's the value that you're going to receive.
Yeah. And I love the idea of this is what I'm looking for, because it's not just a one-way road. You want something out of it just as much as they do. And I think that's what separates one job seeker from that desperate job seeker that you want to get away from because they're just so needy.
Absolutely. When I was a hiring manager, if I said, what questions do you have for me? If someone said, I don't have any questions, I actually didn't move them to the second round because it disturbed me that they just wanted a job. They don't want to know my management style, how they would enjoy working with me. That was really a red flag for me.
Oh, absolutely. So, Kristin, do you have any final pointers that you can give to the people watching this interview?
Absolutely. You really need to know what you value in order to make a good decision. A job can align to the skills that you have, the strengths that you enjoy using, and really be interesting. But if it doesn't align to your values, it's a no-go. So what's most important to you? Reflect on the times you were most satisfied and dissatisfied at work and make a list and formulate interview questions that will really flesh that out. If you can't stand being micromanaged, you have to ask, what's your delegation and directing style? How do you tend to allow your team to manage projects? If you had a manager that never had one-on-ones with you and didn't develop your career, ask them, tell me about a time in the last 6 months you were instrumental in someone getting a promotion or advancing their career.
Absolutely. Kristin, thank you so much. You have a new book out, and it's called 5 Surprising Steps to Land the Job Now. But you also have a really interesting announcement to make, and I'm going to let you take that away.
Yeah, we're collaborating. Several of us are collaborating on a new book. It's going to be a complete and comprehensive career discovery book, and also carries all the way through. And Donna, I'm so excited that you're involved in this project as our LinkedIn expert. But this book is really going to help people discover who they are, blaze that path on what they're looking for in their career, and then go out and show the world through their LinkedIn profile, resume, networking conversations, and interviewing end to end. And I'm really looking forward to kind of disrupting the career market with this new book.
Well, it's about time. There is a need for this book. So in the meantime, guys, go and pick up the 5 Surprising Steps to Land the Job Now. It's on Amazon. They deliver it very quickly. So get on that. And then keep your eyes open for, I think the tentative title is UMAP, correct?
UMAP. Find yourself, blaze your path, show the world.
Fantastic. Kristin, how can people reach you?
They can reach me on LinkedIn, Kristin Sherry, or at ksherry@virtuscareers.com, VIRTUS careers.com.
Fantastic. My name is Donna Serdula. My team and I write LinkedIn profiles for professionals all over the world, and you can find us at linkedin-makeover.com. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Donna. Bye-bye.